Hello boys and girls, this is lesson number 2 in our cartoon drawing sequence. Last time we just drew eyes and nose and we changed the eyebrows and mouth to create some facial expressions. I've just got one here as an example. So this was a pretty basic one. We haven't done anything here except draw 2 eyebrows and a mouth, so there's no real exaggerated expression there. Today's lesson is going to be about the head, drawing the rest of the head. That's at the moment we just have a face floating in the middle of the page. We want to draw some head shapes because your head shape, how we shape the head, can also say a lot about your character that you're trying to develop. So that's where we'll start. The first thing when we're drawing the head is to draw the ears first. Now, a lot of times you might be tempted to draw the head and then draw the face in the middle and then add the ears on last. I find the best way is to draw the face first, then the ears, and then you can draw your head to match those things. So I've already got my face. I'm going to add in 2 ears, one on each side obviously, and they're very easy to draw. Just looks like that. And then once I have my ears, I can begin to draw the head. Now, the first one I'm just going to draw a pretty normal shaped head. So it's just kind of round, just by doing 2 round shapes, and that wasn't too hard, trying to make it easy. The next character I'm going to draw using the exact same face. The next character I'm going to draw, I'm going to make him look very different just by changing the head shape slightly. So this time I'm going to make the top of his head quite big and the bottom of the head quite small and pointy. Remember, that was our first one, the same face. I've used the same face, and this time my character kind of looks, I think he kind of looks a little bit smarter. I don't know why, but he certainly looks like a different character. Now I'll use the same face again that I used for the first 2. I'll draw the ears in the same position. But this time I'm going to make the top of the head small and the bottom of the head shape, where the chin is, I'm going to make it quite big. And now I've got a different character again. This character looks like a bit of a meathead. Same face. See the difference between a high forehead and a small chin, or a low forehead and a big chin? Creates 2 completely different characters. And remember, you can then start changing the facial expressions on those characters. And you can also have a character whose head shape is just in the middle. You can experiment with those. You can do some different types of chins. A sort of a round, well, I need to do the ears first. Always do the ears first. You can do a round chin with kind of chubby cheeks and a whole lot of other ways. You might make the head a little bit pointier, you might make the chin a little bit rounder or pointier, and that'll be enough for you to create a whole set of characters. Now once you have your head drawn, then you get to start filling in the other things that heads have. So the first obvious one is hair. So you draw the head, you'll notice that all the heads are bald to start with, but then you go along afterwards and add the hair on, just like putting a wig on your character. So I think for my first one, I'm going to make this first one look a little bit balding. There you go. Remember, he was the first character I drew with just a round head, and I just did a little colour, a little bit on either side, and now we've got a bald guy. That was easy. Alright, with this character, with the big forehead and the little chin, I'm not sure what I might do here. I might just make his hairdo I might keep him bald, but just add a little curl in the middle of his forehead, because I kind of like that guy being bald. This guy with the big chin, I think he deserves a crew cut. So all I'm going to do is draw some spiky hair, and he's ready to go. I've got this guy left. He looks okay bald, but just to show you some different things that you can do, I'm going to draw a bit of a fancy haircut on him. You can make the hair long or short. For this guy, I might give him some sideburns and a side part. And there you go, now he's got a nice haircut. Looks a bit like me now, this guy. I might also, just for the fun of it, I could also just be colouring in give him a beard, or I might continue and make it a full beard like mine. He's looking more and more like me, this guy. There you go. Pretty easy, isn't it? So that's how we draw the head. Once we've got our heads, we can add a few other adjustments to change the look of the characters. Just to give you some examples of some of the things that you could be doing, I might give this guy a bit of a round chin and some chubby cheeks, a round head. This person could have curly hair, and then I could take a rubber later on and rub out that line to make that hair curly. I could even make a character with long hair. By making the hair cascade down their back. So you can see we can make lots of different characters just with that simple face in the middle, changing their expression with their eyebrows and mouth, drawing their head shape, and then we can add in the hair as an extra later. Something else you might want to think about doing is you can add a little bit extra to the faces. I can make my character look cute by making the pupils a little bit bigger. And adding some eyebrows. Making it smile a little bit. Now we can see that's starting to look pretty cute, so I might make the ears a little bit bigger on this one. And using the same faces as we did with all the others, we've made this one look a little bit like a baby.